What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble. More likes equals more hooligans. Alright, put your dinglings away. We're going to be getting into things. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled Government Shutdown Now Tied for Second Longest in History with No End in Sight. Damn Democrats keeping things shut down. It's not really affecting me, but you know, it is what it is. Then we got a video titled East Wing Demolition Begins for Ballroom at the White House. People are losing their marbles over it. But President Trump's paying for it. It's not even taxpayers paying for it, but they don't care. They keep saying, oh, it's going to be $200 million here. We're not even paying for it. They're just reading. Then we got an interesting video titled Karine Jean-Pierre on the age of Democrat politicians. It's time for the old guard to let go. Apparently KJP is no longer a Democrat. She's out here trying to sell a book and all this other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It's still KJP. Then we got a video titled Maine and all other states won't receive November SNAP funding due to government shutdown. So apparently if you have SNAP benefits, which I guess I'm just talking to women because most men do not qualify for SNAP benefits. They're like, you got 2 legs, 2 hands? Yep, we'll go to work then. That's how you are if you're a man. But if you do have SNAP benefits or anything like that, apparently you will not be receiving benefits in November, which could be a big deal if you really rely on that stuff. Then we got our midlife break, funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Call Your Congressman. Then getting back into the news, we got another interesting video. It's titled, Pardon J6er, charged with threatening Representative Jeffries. Now, when I first heard that title, I was like, yeah, right. But this guy was kind of talking some shit that he shouldn't have been saying. Now, the thing was, is it doesn't sound like he was actually threatening Jeffries, like throwing the threat at Jeffries. The threat is obviously about Jeffries, but he wasn't posting on social media. Apparently he was texting his buddy or something, and his buddy got all scared and called the police, which yeah, maybe you should do that. I don't know, but either way. Then we got a video titled U.S. Marshal, an illegal border crosser shot during Los Angeles immigration operation. Then we got a video titled Man Who Planned to Shoot Up Atlantis Airport Was Arrested in the Terminal. That's a weird story too. Very weird. The guy just was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this stuff, and then started heading that way. Then we got a video titled Host Stunned After Judge Releases Rape Murder Suspect on Bond, saying this is sick. Surprisingly, this is happening in Florida, but still the monsters are being let out of the cages. Then the last little bit of the news is lefties losing it. Today it's titled Crazed White Liberal Karens of America Are Always So Triggered. I mean, that's just the last 5 years in a nutshell. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Donnie, and it's titled Funny How That Works. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled It's a Funny Thing. Oh, that's coming up next. Actually, you guys have been sitting here waiting on me. I don't think I'll ever make it through the chat. I'll have to say my happy freedoms as we get into things. We're going to go ahead and get started here. This first one's titled Government Shutdown Now Tied for the Second Longest in History with No End in Sight. It seems really simple. I don't know what the normies are thinking about all of this because, you know, red team's blaming blue team is blaming red team, but it's all over this healthcare for illegals, and they're at a standstill. They're at an impasse. They need to just get over the shit and get the government rolling again so we can cover something other than government shutdown news. That's my opinion. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Now, all of this as airport officials warn travelers of longer TSA wait times due to staffing shortages that are related to the government shutdown. At 21 days, the shutdown is now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. Democrats say they want a funding bill that addresses Medicaid cuts, while Republicans say they won't discuss that until Democrats pass their funding bill with no changes. This shutdown ties one 30 years ago when congressional Republicans traded about half the Medicare cuts they wanted for a balanced budget. But the longest shutdown ever remains the one during President Trump's first term. It holds the record of 35 days after Democrats refused to pay for a border wall. Flight delays from air traffic controller shortages are part of what caused that shutdown to end.
We didn't get it. And when air traffic controllers started not showing up to work, the Republicans buckled on that.
Now, unions say this shutdown is hard on air traffic controllers too. Pre-existing staff shortages have many working overtime, now without pay.
Okay. Well, I love how the media is getting ahead of everything and they're saying, okay, well, just make the Republicans agree to give illegals health care so we can stop the shutdown, so all the bad consequences of the shutdown can stop happening. Like, oh yeah, that's the problem, is that we won't give illegals health care? Well, how come nobody blames the blue team? How about people are like, hey, blue team, go sit the fuck down somewhere. Illegals don't need health care. We don't need to worry about this stupid shit. Republicans have already said, if you'll just hold off on the healthcare shit and get the government back online, we'll go ahead and talk about the healthcare shit after the government's running again. Democrats like, nope. And then somehow people are still confused on why the government shut down. It's the Democrats. I mean, you got to be a real fucking normie in order to not see what's going on here. Either way, next up we got East Wing demolition begins for ballroom at the White House. We'll just go ahead and get right into this, showing you guys how much ballroom President Trump has here. Now, again, the lefties are losing their marbles over this shit, talking about it being $200 million hairs and all of that. But again, President Trump's paying for it. He's getting private funding and all of this stuff. It's not taxed doll hairs. And it's going to be even cooler to cover lives in the brand new ballroom. So hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Construction is now underway at the White House for President Trump's ballroom. He announced a few months ago that he was planning to build one at the White House. He's thought one belonged there ever since President Obama was actually in office. And now construction is underway, with pictures shown today of a partially demolished East Wing where they are putting this massive structure that the president is putting in place. It's actually bigger than he originally anticipated, and he's been quizzing people in recent days about just how large this new structure should be. The president has argued it's needed because there's not enough room to host people at the White House, and this is actually going to be triple the capacity of the East Room, where they currently hold a lot of events like state dinners at the White House. Now, the president said today that this is going to be part of also modernizing the East Wing, something he says needs to be brought up to date. It remains to be seen fully what that's going to look like, but you can see part of it being torn down in order to accommodate this massive new structure that the president is building. Something that the president reminded people of today is that this is being funded by private donations, not by taxpayer money, as it's expected to cost some $200 to $250 million to fully construct this new ballroom at the White House.
Well, that handsome reporter there is all excited about the ballroom happening at the White House. A little bit room to breathe there. Either way, next up we got KJP. It's titled Karine Jean-Pierre on the age of Democrat politicians, saying it's time for the old guard to let go. Saying that young people need to get involved with politics because the old people, they ain't doing anything. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the government still being shut down, as well as the new ballroom. Once again, government is still shut down. Breaking news. Dems want to talk about healthcare, and GOP said that they want to talk about it, or they won't talk about it until we stop the shutdown. Dems need to do what's right or just continue looking like brainless assholes. And then the East Wing ballroom situation, the construction on the new ballroom has started, and it's being paid for by private donations, not through tax doll hairs. Like I said, we got KJP coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this ballroom and the government being shut down still. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you hooligans. What's up, Russell? Happy freedom to you. Try and get everybody here. Let me see. What's up, Live Review? What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom. Why are you guys talking about ball sacks over on the website? That's different ballroom there. What's up, Boozed Flames? What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom. What's up, Otters? What's up, Pumpkin? What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. I'll get you guys as we read through. Sergeant Tripod, Trump's balls are so big they need their own room. $200 here is pretty expensive. Let me see. Otters can't stand this reporter lady. She's so angry and malicious. It's because she's CNN. That's why. They're like, go in there and just be vile. She's like, okay. Just shows up. Done. Dems believe that only Republicans should make concessions. Yeah. They're like, but what about our demands? They're like, well, we're trying to open the government. They're like, nope. our demands. I'm like, okay. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Also, you hooligans, go get a free account over on jeffmaclive.com. I'm unlocking all the forums so you guys will have better access to them. Also, we're going to be doing polls over on the website. And so with a free membership, you can go make poll suggestions in the forum. So definitely go get yourself a free membership over at jeffmaclive.com. So Stowner, happy freedom. Told Kara, Ramalama Ding Dong. This ain't that kind of live. Live review, thank you for being omnipresent. And they can stay shut down. I'm not losing sleep. Yeah, live review, that's how I feel too. It's definitely not affecting me that they're shut down. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof too? What's up, Tactical? What's up, Rhyme Time? What's up, Too Real? What's up, Bo? Happy freedom. What's up, Parabellum? What's up, Larry? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Tactical, you wouldn't want it to be a cheap hotel. Yeah, that's true. That's what they should be worrying about, is these contractors making the White House look all gaudy. That'd be a real problem, instead of President Trump spending his own money. Either way, let's go ahead and get back into the news here. Like I said, we got KJP. It's a pretty short video, shorter than KJP is. It's titled Karine Jean-Pierre on the age of Democrat politicians saying it's time for the old guard to let go, saying we need some new blood on Capitol Hill. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. KJP, she says she's not a Democrat anymore. Now, I forgot she's got this weird hair. Why has she got all that forehead? I mean, you see how much forehead I got here? I can be talking about these kind of things. She's got a lot of forehead. I think she needs to go back to the ragdoll hair, because we always talked about how she was 50 years old and she didn't look 50. She looks 55 right now. So she should go and get her hair done back to the way it was. Ragdoll was looking better. That's just my opinion. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
One of the arguments is that part of the problem with the Democratic Party is that the leadership is just too old. That they're just too old and their lives are just not connected enough to the daily realities of most Americans. Do you think that's fair?
I do think that we need young people to become politically active and to run. I say this all the time. I think that we always need new blood. We always need new voices. And I think it's important I want to see that. I want to see that. And I think it is time for the old guard to let go, right? I think what would be wonderful to see is, hey, let's train, give experience to younger people so they know how this works, and give them advice and help them get elected, help them get into places where we can have diverse and various different voices.
Okay, so I wasn't going to waste my opportunity there. We can't make fun of the current press secretary, so I had to just get it out of my system. Either way, next up, Maine and all other states will not receive November SNAP funding due to government shutdown. Now, this could potentially be a big deal if you really rely on SNAP benefits. It's not kids' fault that they need food and mommy won't pay for it and dad ain't around and all this other shit. So I can be understanding about this situation here. It could be a big deal, potentially. Either way, first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about KJP. Once again, she's saying that young people need to get into politics so we have leaders that are more connected to reality. She claims that she left the Democratic Party, separate from this video, but I think she's just trying to fix her image, as currently she's just the ragdoll that was lying for Biden. And I'm sure life's difficult after standing up on stage lying your face off like that. So I really think she's just trying to fix her public image. But either way, like I said, we're losing SNAP benefits coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see if you hooligans miss KJP. Turbo, her forehead is so shiny because she's always munching on that carpet. Shiny foreheads and carpet burns on the tongue. It happens. It happens. 10 man, what she's trying to say is they're too white. It could be. Maybe that is what she's saying. They need more terrorists from the Middle East, like Omar, a couple brother fuckers, or make everything better. All better. Major. They just try to sell books. Yeah, absolutely. And well, I think that's why she's trying to fix her image. Is nobody wants to buy her book. What, are you going to tell us the inside scoop about how you lied for Old Man Shit Your Pants? We know. We had to watch that nonsense. She'd come out on stage and say, but the American people want. What do you mean? You never asked me what I wanted. So I think she's just trying to fix her image here. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. Sergeant Tripod, a good leader for the young would be good, I think. R.I.P. Charlie. Yeah, Sergeant Tripod. I think so too. I mean, you know, being too young could obviously be a problem, but when you're 80 and you're a millionaire, what do you know about the average American? Nothing. The only time you see them is when you're getting gas or eating at a restaurant. Otherwise, they don't even see regular Americans. So, I don't know. I do agree. I think we need younger people. Change the old folks' home stigma that we have on Capitol Hill. They got to be, I don't know, I'd like to say older than 30s, but they need to be younger than the grave. You know, somewhere in there. What's up, Weevo? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, it looks like a wig. It probably is a wig, but it looks awful. It's like stringy little, it's nasty, seaweed hair. She looks like old Greg. That's what she looks like. It ain't my fault. Ah, Stoner, I'm sorry to hear that. Man, Osama Obama's 8 years, Biden's 4 years. Look where we're at now. Yeah, I know. What's up, Post Malone? Happy freedom to you. Bitch looks like E.T. She does kind of look like E.T. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom to you. Let's have some onions and taters. Sounds good to me. I'm actually making chicken and potatoes and carrots right now. I made a roast yesterday, so I'm just using the ingredients and add chicken to it. Hope for the best. I didn't set a timer though. How long have we been live? 20 minutes. Hey Google, remind me that my food will be done in 2.5 hours. Oh, fuck you, Google. That's all right. I'll figure it out. What's up, Tammy? Happy freedom. Tammy, Trump will make sure it looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure. Every single time he's live, he talks about how he loves building things. So I have faith he'll make it pretty. What's up, Tim Mack? Happy freedom to you. Tammy, I believe our politicians are bought and paid for. We need young bloods in there. USA first. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. What's up, Master Dork? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wayne? Happy freedom to you. Gotta pull X up really quick. I forgot. There we is. Hey, I know that guy. That's me. Zero bushes didn't help either. Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. I just said what I was making, Kevin. I'm making 2 chicken breasts, a couple potatoes, a half a bag of baby carrots, some Italian seasoning, some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, and put it all in the crock pot. And I'll have dinner by the time I'm done with this live. I'm so excited. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. Let's go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, next up, we're going to be losing our SNAP benefits. This is titled Maine and all other states. I don't know why they worded it like that, but they did. America is not going to be receiving November's SNAP funding due to the government shutdown. So we can blame the Democrats that their Democrat programs are going to be closed because of their choices. It's Democrats hurting Democrats, but, you know, it is what it is. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Well, because of the government shutdown, the USDA is notifying all states that SNAP benefits will not be issued in November. This affects about 42 million Americans across the country, including nearly 170,000 Mainers, about 12% of Maine's population. And in several counties, the number jumps to 20% of the population. The average monthly SNAP benefit for a family of 4 in Maine is $572.
Okay. Anyways, I had to try to set a reminder there or I'm going to forget. Anyways, we're all going to lose our SNAP benefits. Could be scary if you really rely on that stuff. I know a couple people that use SNAP and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how much money they get or how heavily they have to rely on it. I don't know if November is going to be hard for them or not. Just depends. Some people actually need help, and there's nothing wrong with needing help, but a lot of people don't need help, and they'd rather scam the system than actually go get a job and earn their own doll hairs. So I feel half bad for this. I feel bad for the people who need help. I don't feel bad for the people that don't need help. Fuck them. They starve. Being hungry is some real motivation. You want to go out there and make some money? Be fucking hungry and you will be motivated. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, next up we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner and it's called Call Your Congress. But first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the SNAP benefit situation. Once again, they're saying that the USDA is saying that all states that have SNAP benefits will not be issued in November. They will affect roughly 42 million Americans who are relying on SNAP. Again, maybe this will motivate those who don't need it to get off their ass and stop scamming the program, you know. Leave some doll hairs there for the people that do need it. Either way, hopping in the chat, we got the funny videos coming up next. All 10, man. We're over here talking about eating ass. So you guys need to get yourself a membership to the website because we speak real free over here. Turbo, they're gonna have to eat ass like the rest of us. You know, that's right. That's right, I guess. Zero, they better be buying food instead of junk food. Yeah. Well, and I think some states are changing it so you're not able to buy junk food anymore. You can't buy pop and Lunchables and crap like that. You have to buy real food. And I feel like it should be that way. There's no reason you should be receiving help and squandering it. Right? Does that make sense? If you need help, like say you're broke, you're living outside, you have no fucking money and no hope. You're sitting there on the street, somebody comes up and gives you $10 because you tell them you're hungry. If you go take that $10 hairs and buy a scratch off ticket with it, you know what I mean? Like that's how this is. It's like that's irresponsible. And that's not how you should be squandering the help that you're getting. And unfortunately, that is how it is. A lot of people get food stamps and then go and buy Coca-Cola and, you know, trash, basically. They just buy trash. And then they're fat and they're sickly and all this stuff. And it's just perpetuating the thing. Now they need, you know, free health care and all this other shit. And it's like, nah. You should have to buy real food. Real chicken, real beef, learn to cook, get a crock pot, you know. Zero, Indiana changed it. No more junk food. Yeah, I think more states are going to do that. They screamed and all of us said, too bad, eat better food. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense in the long run, but the problem is that Capitol Hill knows that it's not about helping people. It's about controlling people. If they give out free money, some people will need the free money. But the majority, in my opinion, the majority won't need it. They just want it. And it's like, okay, well, if I'm providing you with all your food and I'm paying all your bills and I'm giving you all this extra money and shit so you can live, and without me, you can't live, I control you. And that's exactly how the government works. And unfortunately, those stupid people don't realize that. And like I said, some people need it, and there's nothing wrong with needing shit, but we're talking about people that are scamming the system. And those are a bunch of jokers who love being controlled by the government. It's just unfortunate. Done. I've seen people with EBT buying lobster and shit. People should live within their means instead of using help as a way to get free shit. Yeah, I agree, Dutton. Mage, there's no such thing as free money. That's right. Kevin, can you eat potatoes? Should look into sending you a bag of PEI potatoes. You'll love them. It sounds fantastic. That would be awesome, Kevin. I do like potatoes. What's up, Danon? Happy freedom to you. If you're able-bodied, take your ass to work. Yep, it's true. Totally care. You got a quail in your yard. That sound racist when you say it. I've never seen a quail. I don't know how I would react to that. What's up, Cass? What's up, Bones? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Some say they'll just steal. Yeah, I've heard that too. If you don't provide them with what they need, then they'll just go steal it. That's just what liberals say. Total care food pantries a plenty in November. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I seen a video a bit ago. Some lady was talking about how they're going to start robbing people taking groceries to their car now. Yeah, see, and I've actually been waiting for that. When I'm checking out, like, because, you know, at Walmart, you got to do self-checkout almost everywhere. So it's like when I'm checking out, I keep my cart and shit close to me. Because once you scan it and you put it in a cart and you're over here dicking around and all your stuff is behind you, somebody could just grab your stuff right out of your cart and just walk out the door. And they're not going to get flagged because you scanned it. So while you're paying for it, they're walking out of the store with your stuff. I've been waiting for somebody to try and do that shit to me. They're not going to like the outcome of that. I am very, you know what? Actually, now that you bring it up, speaking of me being particular about money, somebody just did me dirty the other day. There's somebody named Whistler's wife who has been a supporter for years. They had been like through the convoy and everything. And they just did me so fucking dirty in the last 24 hours. That's a fooligan. That person is a fake hooligan. So they had a membership over on the website. They wanted to stop the membership. Instead of canceling their membership, and instead of talking to me about canceling the membership, they went to their bank and claimed that I fraudulently charged them after they canceled their membership, which is a fucking lie. That is a lie. And so I went and checked their account. Their account was still active, meaning if another 30 days rolls around, they're going to put another fraud hit on my account. So I canceled their account. And then I fought the dispute through Stripe to tell them, here's screenshots. Here's their full name. Here's a picture of their face. Here's their account still active. Here's the transactions going through. Here's the admin cancellation after the transaction happened. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't overcharge this bitch. I didn't do nothing like that. So I put in the dispute thinking that I would win the dispute and give her money back anyways just because I'm a nice person. But I'm not going to sit here and be called a fraud over some bullshit that I didn't do. The fucking bank says I lost the dispute somehow. They charged me $15 and now I'm in bad standing with Stripe because this fucking bitch wanted to go out there and do that shit against me instead of canceling their fucking account or reaching out to me so I'll cancel their account because maybe their fucking brain don't work well enough for them to be able to cancel it themselves. But no. They wanted to try and fuck with me and fuck with my business. And now I might take their bitch ass to small claims court so they can pay me $10K over 10 doll hairs because they want to be fucking shitty to me. Now I can be real fucking petty. I grew up with fucking nothing. And so everything I have, I'm very particular over it. And so I do not like being fucked with by shitty ass people like that with low fucking integrity. And so now, like I said, I'm out 10 doll hairs and 5 doll hairs and fucking fees, and I'm in bad standing over my shit because this bitch wanted to call me a fraud. Fake ass fucking people. So like I'm saying, I do not like people messing with me, and I'm particular over my stuff. So you see me checking out at Walmart, don't be walking up on my cart and shit because I take shit real serious. Just saying. So we're going to read through, and like I said, we got this funny video coming up next. Just wait till I fucking catch that person. I'm going to let them know everything I think about them. I tried to email them to smooth it out, and the email is full, and they're not receiving anything. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Major, how you really feel? I know. I'm just saying. I'm honest. I'm sorry that people don't like my honesty. There's too many liars and too many fake people out here for me to be fake like that. I got to be just the real deal. Cass, and that's not a mistake? No, it is not a mistake. They lied. They committed fraud against me. They lied about their situation and weaponized their bank to come after me and cause some bullshit. That is on them. I'm going to tell them fuck them to their face. And they're a Michigander. So it's like, I don't know. They better not even walk past me. Fuck them. Low life shit. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom. What's up, Dabs? Happy freedom to you. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty reasonable guy. You had issues. You just tell me and I'll fix them. You can ask any hooligan that's had any problems. Money problems, anything. I will fix that shit for you. But don't come over here and start stepping on me and treat me like I'm some little bitch. I don't like that stuff. What's up, T1? Happy freedom. And user welfare Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Isn't it Tuesday today? What day is it? You're aging me. It's not Wednesday yet. What's up, Val? Happy freedom. You made it. We're about halfway through. We got a funny video coming up next. Kevin, perhaps it's a misunderstanding. It is not a misunderstanding. I thought so. I tried to reach out. I tried to make it all cool. It's not cool. They had so many opportunities to reach out to me, to talk to me, to cancel their membership, to work it out. They didn't want to work it out. They wanted to make me look like a fraud. And I'm not a fraud. And now my business is in bad standing. So when transactions happen through the website, now my money's being jammed up. Because this person want to try and make me look like a fraud when I'm not. But what goes around comes around. So I don't have to do shit because God will take care of it. But I'd like to take her to small claims court. And I might just do that. Pumpkin, you got to feed the wild kitties? Where are you feeding them? Red. No, I don't. Like at all. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Tammy, stop being dependent on government handouts. Absolutely. Too real. Don't beat the Klaus. No, Klaus beats me. That's how it goes. And I like it. That's how it goes around here. You'll see, because in about 15 minutes, it'll be Fancy Feast time. All right, hooligans, let's get into our funny video here. Like I said, it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Call Your Congressman. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, come to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Now let's get this pulled up real quick. Got a nice little short funny video for you. Now, like I said, this was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Call Your Congressman.
Hello, sir. I'm required by law to inform you that I'm a registered sex offender.
We don't need that stuff in this neighborhood. I'm calling my congressman.
Oh, I am your congressman.
Life is hard. Anyways, moving forward here, getting back into the news. Next up, we have Pardon J6. Okay, this is how they worded it. Pardon January 6 rioter has been charged with threatening Representative Jeffries. From now on, we're just going to say the J6er, but you know how the blue news is. They gotta stack that label up, make it a big deal. All right, so here's a woman who was probably a man last week. This is, once again, J6er charged with threatening Hakeem Jeffries. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Police say a man pardoned for his actions on January 6 is under arrest after allegedly threatening to kill Hakeem Jeffries. New York police say the 34-year-old suspect is charged with making a terroristic threat against the House Minority Leader. Let's bring in ABC's Alex Mallon for more on that. So, Alex, what's the latest here?
Yeah, we know that Christopher Moynihan was taken into custody on Saturday under charges by the New York State Police that he made terroristic threats against Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. Those included texts that he was sending to an unidentified individual that included saying, quote, "I cannot allow this terrorist to live, and even if I am hated, he must be eliminated." Now, obviously, This comes at a time of real rising political violence and fears that people are going to move forward and acting on those threats across the country. This was allegedly in advance of an event that Hakeem Jeffries was set to attend in New York. And so police were obviously quick to make this arrest. Now, Moynihan was previously charged in connection with the attack on the Capitol, and investigators described him as one of the first to enter the building that day. He was charged with a felony obstruction of official proceeding and sentenced to 21 months in prison. At the time of his pardon, he was out of custody. He had already been released from prison, but obviously this reflects a lot of concerns that we heard from law enforcement after President Trump issued those vast pardons of nearly all the 1,590 people who were charged in connection with the Capitol attack, that they might be a risk of recidivism, and they might level threats such as these. We've actually seen several January 6 rioters commit crimes in the wake of these pardons, but this is the first known instance we've seen of a Jan 6 rioter committing something in the way of political violence.
And Alex, we're already hearing from some lawmakers about this. How are they responding?
You know, we heard Jeffries himself issue a statement, obviously condemning this person's actions, thanking law enforcement, and then condemning President Trump's pardons, basically saying that this paved the way for what we're seeing with this case. And he assumes other cases where these convicted felons, in many instances, people who attacked law enforcement, will commit or threaten to commit more crimes. We heard from House Speaker Mike Johnson. He also did condemn this person's actions, but then he kind of pivoted and said that the real political violence problem is on the left, pointing to obviously the recent assassination of Charlie Kirk and other threats cases that have been made in recent years, really trying to kind of turn the tables and after this arrest and say that Democratic violence is the real problem here.
All right, Alex Mallon, thank you.
Okay, now it is soft ass news, but this guy kind of did screw up. He shouldn't have been saying that stuff. So they're saying that this J6er had made threats against Hakeem Jeffries, that he had texted somebody and was referring to Jeffries as a terrorist and said he can't allow him to live, as well as some other stuff. He was then arrested. He's being charged with making terroristic threats. Now, it doesn't seem like he went on the internet and was like, hey, Jeffries, I'm going to do bad stuff to you. It sounds like he was texting a buddy, and his buddy was like, oh, that's not cool, and then called the authorities on him. So, I don't know. He shouldn't have been talking like that. But at the same time, whoever he texted, I think they're the ones that turned him in. And so, it's just a mess. This guy, he needs to just cool off. If he's going to be mad at anybody, being mad at Jeffries isn't going to do anything. I think half those people on Capitol Hill don't do shit. So, what is being mad at them going to do? A bunch of nothing. Either way, next up, we got U.S. Marshals and a border crosser have been shot during the Los Angeles immigration operation. This is an interesting story. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this J6er making threats against Hakeem Jeffries. Zero. I'm just trying to figure out if this is maybe something else is going on and she's not really doing this. See, the problem is that she went to her bank and told them that she canceled her membership and that I won't stop charging her. That's not something that just happens. You have to go do that. You have to get off your ass and drive to the bank and sit with a person, or it's like that. You have to file a claim. Like, it's not like, it would have been so much easier to send me an email. It'd have been easiest just to go cancel the membership herself. And what makes it worse is that she canceled the membership, supposedly, on paper. She told them that she canceled her membership and that it was expired before the 8th, meaning that she should not have been charged on the 8th, which is when the transaction happened. But then she accessed the account on the 14th. So if her account was expired and it should have never been charged on the 8th, why is she filing a claim, when she's accessing the site on the 14th? So 6 days after the claim, she accessed the website to come hang out. She knew that her shit was not canceled, or she would have not been able to access the site. It's on her. And I don't care if it's ignorance. I don't care if I had a period and now I just was, I'm okay now, but back then I made a claim because I was on my period. I don't care what the fucking excuse is. Ignorance and all of that is not an excuse to come steal from me and make me look bad on paper and potentially hurt the business to a point we can't recover. I don't care. I don't care if her email's full because she don't check it because she's over 60 and just doesn't understand how emails work, I don't care what the excuse is. She went out of her way to try and hurt us. And it's unnecessary, and she's a fucking bitch for it. And I don't care how she feels or what she's got to say about it. She can come defend herself in the chat if she wants to, but I'm going to let her know that she's a dumb fucking bitch and she should have never did that shit to me. And that's it. Hair juicer, what is this? Chocolate scorpion pepper goodness. I don't know. It looks scary. They don't come out looking like that. I know you look and think you just eat a Reaper pepper and that's what it looks like when it comes out. Not quite. Not quite. Very intimidated by that. What's up, Culty? Happy Freedom? Oh, you're a badass, Culty. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate the Venmo. Thank you, Culty. What's up, Vinny C? Happy Freedom to you. You calling us Pats? Oh, no. I still got my wiener intact. Not a Pat. Sly Dog Hakeem Jeffries needs to gargle some salt water. He needs to do something. Tori Wayne, if you canceled it, then she knew it wasn't canceled. Yeah. I mean, it says right on her account, canceled by administrator. That wouldn't have been possible if her shit was already canceled. Dabs, because the left don't turn in their friends. Well, yeah, the left is pretty slimy. I don't know, it depends. The left, they can. Sometimes they eat their own, but it just depends. Major, oh, I see. Dabs, you're saying in response to Major, why doesn't anything ever happen to the left? I don't know. I really don't know. I was saying that when President Trump first got into office and all the district judges were standing against President Trump. And I'm like, wait a minute. When Biden came in and he was signing executive orders every single day and all that stuff, how come no judges stood in the way of that? There's not one conservative judge? There isn't one? There isn't anybody that stood against Biden's EOs? They just let it happen. Like it was the word of God or some shit. King Biden just was able to do whatever he wanted with the stroke of an auto pen. But Trump, he has to fight uphill the entire way. Like, I don't know. So I don't know why lefties never get in trouble, why they never get held accountable. We can't really be outnumbered like that. The review, spicy chocolate. I don't know if it actually tastes like chocolate. Zero spicy chocolate coffee. That sounds interesting. Hair juicer, my car got skimmed Thursday. $175 charge 15 times in Pennsylvania. Had 3K this morning, and now I'm negative 700. They keep letting these charges go through. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Hair juicer. I'm so tired of cyber criminals and all the nonsense. Zero Screaming Goat Coffee. That's a Livid Review. That's all Livid Review stuff. 10 man, all she had to do was contact Jeff and it's done. Yeah. 10 man. Oh, yeah, talking to Hair Juicer. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Kirsten? Happy Freedom. Told Carrie hates scammers. I do too. I don't know. Life's a lot better if you got integrity. Oh no, you got sick kids, Val. I hope everything turns around for them. Enjoy the rest of your day. Troy Wayne, what pisses me off, they allow all the fraud. Like, of course this shit is fraud. The bank just wants the fees. Yeah, absolutely. I provided 6 screenshots and a lengthy paragraph, including dates and timestamps and all kinds of stuff. The bank was like, nah, you stole from her. What? What? And now I got this black mark on my record. Like, I don't know. But what goes around comes around, so it'll fix itself. Absolutely, Colty. I really appreciate you. Tori Wayne, my husband loves spicy, sometimes spicy sweet, like bread and butter spicy pickles. Yeah, Tori Wayne. I didn't realize I like spicy stuff until we started like eating these Reapers and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I can actually do this. I say that now. I don't walk around telling everybody like, you know how many Reapers I've eaten? That's what Hair Juicer does. Because Hair Juicer eats Reapers when he wakes up in the morning. This guy's cold-blooded. Kirsten, I watched the chip challenge. Holy moly. Yeah, I added new hot stuff to the wish list. If you guys grab it, we'll have a goal. So if we get 200 hooligans on Rumble, we'll eat a hot thing, and then we're going to be eating hot stuff over on the voice chat over on the website as well. Kaz, could it be that Stripe is charging her still? No, I went through it. I looked at everything. Because I don't blame anybody, especially if it's for ignorance. If you're not hurting me and you just want something and you just don't understand something, I will do the shit for you as much as I can. I will make tutorials specifically for you. I go way out of my way to make sure the hooligans are okay. And so when this stuff happens, it makes me mad because so many opportunities for me to help, but instead of taking my help, it's just shoot me in the back. Kevin, if you did a Bible study show, I'd watch. I've been reading mine lately. I don't like debating people, especially about religion and stuff. I want people to be happy. If you don't believe in the same God as I do, that doesn't mean I don't want you to be happy. But if I just sit here and tell you about how cool my God is, you might not be happy about it. Not you, Kevin, but you know what I mean? It just creates debate. I don't want to debate. I just want people to be happy and whole. I want them to be whole. And, yeah, talking about God usually causes division more than unity, unfortunately. But it is a good idea, Kevin. Reading through now made everybody mad. Larry's sick of twat waffles. Probably a liberal. The one that got me is not a liberal, but they thought they could just treat me like some piece of shit, I guess. I don't even know what happened. They used to be a huge supporter, and then they've been missing for the last couple months. And I don't know if it's because they don't like my filthy hooligan mouth or what, but treat me like a little fucker, and we'll see. One day this will get sparked back up. That's another thing. As a reminder, one day this person's going to show up, and they're probably not going to be expecting all this heat, but they're going to get banned on everything, and I'm going to shit on them in front of everybody. And so, just remember this, because what goes around comes around. Yeah, Larry, I really appreciate you. Master Dirk, Jeff is ranting very hard. I'm sorry. I do a lot of training to not do this when I'm live, but sometimes my honesty gets the best of me. Here, Juicer, Mad Dog 357 and some crazy shit. I believe you. What do you got here? Dave's Ghost Pepper. Jesus loves us. You can't be cheating here, Juicer. You're building up an immunity. Turbo, it's the hottest mouth on this side of the Mississippi. Got a pretty mouth. Anyways. Tilda Care, Jeff's making a list, just like Santa. You're going to get me put on a list. All right, let's get back into the news, I guess. Let's see. Like I said, U.S. Marshals, a marshal and an illegal, both got shot in Los Angeles during an operation. Now, it's not as spicy as it sounds. It's actually done out of, I don't want to say negligence. It wasn't really negligence, but science happened. Let's put it like that. Science happened, and people got shot. So, hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Okay, this is a Fox News alert. This is video that we just have in from moments ago from Los Angeles. This is according to multiple ICE and Fox News sources. A U.S. Marshal and an illegal alien were both shot in L.A. this morning. It was during an immigration operation. Both at this time, we are told, have non-life-threatening injuries. Fox is told that federal agents surrounded and boxed in a target. That target then rammed federal vehicles in an attempt to escape. The feds fired their weapons. One U.S. Marshal was hit in his hand in what initially appears to be a bullet ricochet. The target criminal alien was hit in the elbow, we are told. Both expected to be okay, and they are at the hospital, and we are awaiting an update on that situation.
Okay, really quick one right there. Like I said, it's not as spicy as the title originally sounds. It says the feds had boxed in an illegal that was sitting in a vehicle. I don't know if they were driving down the street or what, but they were inside of a car. The illegal tried to flee, ramming their vehicle into the Fed vehicles. The feds opened fire, and a round had ricocheted and hit an agent in the hand. The illegal was struck in the elbow. Both of them are expected to recover, and hopefully they can get that guy deported. Either way, next up we got man who planned to shoot up Atlanta airport arrested at the terminal. This guy is just a dummy. He's just a dummy. He made an announcement online that he was going to do this, and then went to the airport and was kind of surprised he got caught. And like, I don't know. That's pretty silly, but either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about 2 people being shot, 1 intentionally, 1 not so much. Why'd you get suspended here, J6er? Holy. Danon, that's gotta hurt getting shot in the elbow. Oh yeah. I mean, could you imagine? Like, no matter how you get hit, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be awful. Kevin, just be careful with spicy stuff that you don't get stomach ulcers. Yeah, that's why I don't eat hot stuff unless we're doing it for the live. I gotta try and cool off. Last week I had the hot chip, and then the very next day I ate a ghost pepper in the voice chat with Hair Juicer and all of them. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna end up with ulcers. Kirsten, I went to church with a coworker, and guess who was there speaking? Jasmine Crockett. I was the only white person there. Kirsten, I cannot believe you've seen Jasmine Crockett in person. Is her eyelashes as big as they look on TV? Could, like, when she blinks, does it like blow your hair back? That's so crazy. I can't believe you got to see that mess in person. Otters, there are 1 million bones in your elbow. My sister shattered hers in 12 surgeries to remove constant fragments. Holy, that sounds awful. Side likely more stupid terrorist activity to follow. Be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, absolutely. Done. Getting shot in the elbow could disarm you, but yeah, that's good stuff, Dutton. Oh fuck. What was his name? It's not Riscavage. I can't remember who it was. The guy that Kyle about blew his arm off. He could tell us a story about it. He's got like a synthetic elbow or something like that. Kirsten, her eyelashes are wings and she spoke ghetto. That's too bad. Kevin, Halloween Part 1 event started on Pokemon Go. Thank you for letting me know, Kevin. I did log into my Pogo and I got all those updates and stuff that you were talking about. I got a buddy that's getting back into it too. Thank you for letting me know, Kevin. Maybe I'll go for a Poke Walk later. Cool off since I'm being called a fraud and all this other stuff. I really don't like that. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. That was the first thing I did today, was wake up and was dealing with bullshit. Stupid bank transaction, stupid stuff, calling me a fraud and all that. Disputes. What's up, Martin? Happy freedom. But if a judge sets a murderer free, could that be a terrorist threat? I mean, that's a good question. Because we have a story about a murderer that has been set free. I mean, it depends. We have been discussing that if a judge lets a criminal go and the criminal goes on to commit more crime when they were in a position where they could have gone to jail, should the judge be held accountable? You know, like cashless bail and all that stuff. If you're just letting monsters out and they continue to be monsters, should the judge be held accountable for that? And in some situations, I think so. Kind of like when parents get charged if they provide a firearm and the kid goes and shoots people with a firearm, should they be charged? Yeah, I mean, you know, let that happen. So I don't know. That is an interesting question, though. Snooks, a pokey walk. Who is she? What are you talking about, Snooks? A pokey walk, not a poke her walk. Either way, like I said, next up we got man who planned to shoot up Atlanta airport arrested at the terminal. Now this guy's just a dumbass. I don't know if he thought he was gonna be famous or if he was maybe not even gonna do it. Maybe he was just showing up at the airport to take some videos and pretend like he was following through with the shit he was saying online. I don't know, but he's a dumbass. He made an announcement and then got caught at the airport after announcing he was going to do something. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
All right, police saying they prevented a major shooting at the world's busiest airport. Officers stopping the suspect at Atlanta's airport Monday. They believe he was scoping out the area before coming back for an attack. Nick's following this one for us. And Nick, what do we know about the suspect and how was he caught?
Anna, good morning. We know that police have identified their suspect as 49-year-old Billy Joe Cagle and that he lives about an hour away from Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Police say they were able to stop him before anything happened, thanks to his family. Body cam footage shows officers confronting Cagle in the check-in area and eventually taking him to the ground and arresting him. Authorities say Cagle's family called 911, telling them he threatened to shoot up the airport while streaming on social media. Cagle's truck was parked at the drop-off zone, and inside, officers say they found an AR-15 and 27 rounds of ammunition. Federal authorities say Cagle is a convicted felon and legally prevented from owning a gun. He's facing charges for that and multiple others from Monday's arrest. But officers are just thankful that his family spoke up.
We're here today briefing you on a success and not a tragedy because a family saw something and said something. A family knew they had a family member in crisis. They knew they had access to firearms, and they were on social media. This is something we've seen across the country time and time again. Social media postings, people with an awareness, individuals with access to a firearm. But today, the family said something.
Yeah, and police were effusive in their praise of his family speaking up. Cagle's family says he does have a history of mental health struggles. Meanwhile, police are praising the officers who also identified and detained Cagle without incident.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our news.
Okay. Well, like I said, that guy is an idiot. Complete idiot. This dumb person was live on social media and talking about how he was going to shoot up the airport, which is a really stupid thing to say and or do. He was spotted at the airport, and they think that he was scoping out the area before coming back to maybe do an attack. They found an AR and 21 rounds in his vehicle. He's a felon, and he's not supposed to be in possession of a firearm. His family is the one that called in on him, and they prevented this whole situation from becoming a catastrophe. His family also says, they mentioned this at the very end, they slip it in right before they end the video, he has mental illness. Oh, yay. Say the thing. Oh, he's got mental illness. Yay. Like fucking everyone who goes to jail has mental illness. Great. Anyways, that's the thing. Next up, we got host stunned after judge released rape murder suspect on bond, saying this is sick. This person is being charged with a plethora of charges. He's a rapist and a murderer and a bad person just altogether. And he's out on bond right now. He's free right now if you want to go meet the guy. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this other dumb guy who is going to do bad stuff at the Atlanta airport. So we are the show. Happy freedom to you. We're the show. Yeah, I don't claim him. He can go. You can have that one. Otters, America is so oppressed that our criminals have to work overtime to get arrested anymore. It's sad, but that's the truth. That's the truth. They got to try twice as hard to get arrested. Tory Wayne, that's the kind of threat that needs to be dealt with, because obviously it wasn't just fodder talk. Yeah, I mean, he had an AR in the car, so yeah, absolutely. What's up, Boston? Happy freedom to you. Otters, his name is Kegels. Snicker. Yeah. Mr. Kegels. Everybody in the courtroom laughs. Otters, if the bank tries to deport you, call us collect. I'll get you a boat. Not a speedy looking one in the Gulf of America, though. Yeah, Otters, we got to be careful on the kind of boat we're in. President Trump over the weekend be like, our 8th strike on a drug boat. Like, just floating, the hooligans floating in the water. Damn it. Should have brought a rowboat. Mm-hmm. Kirsten scares me to no end. I'm at the airport all the time. I hate flying on planes, and I hate being in the airport. It's too much noise. It gives me anxiety, it gives me stress, and it fatigues my ears. And then when I'm in a plane, my ears don't pop, so my head just feels like it's going to explode the whole time until we get back on the ground. And then, yeah, worrying about everyone around you, that absolutely can be stressful. Otters, we were fishing, officer. Yeah, exactly. What's up, guess who? Happy freedom to you. Atlanta Airport TSA would have taken his AR-15 and made him buy a new one 5 times the original price. Most likely. Guess who? Atlanta has a lot of zest. Zesty people, so maybe a pat down and some gloves, examine the booty hole wallet. He might have went there for that too. I mean, you know, a little cavity search goes a long way. Normally you got to pay extra, but at the airport they'll do it for free. And they're understaffed. Could you imagine that? You got some high up position, but you're understaffed, so now you're working this lower position until the government shutdown passes over. You're giving more cavity searches than you have in your life, all in this 2 days you've been on the job. Sitting there pissed that Mike didn't come into work today. Yeah, fun stuff. What's up, John? Happy freedom. Otters, a TSA physical. Yeah, exactly. Boss, you gotta sit on a window seat to check for loose screws. I don't do any of that. I just sit there and hold my breath until we get back on the ground. Pumpkin, lots of germs in airports. I've never really thought about that. I totally believe that. Tory Wayne, the Louvre was robbed. Just saw this. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. They're talking about it all day today, but they haven't found any new information from what I've seen. They're saying that it possibly was an inside job, but I didn't see any real new details. That's why we didn't have a follow-up today, but maybe in the next couple days we'll have a follow-up on that. Either way, next up, like I said, host stunned after judge releases a rapist/murderer suspect on bond. They're saying this is sick. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick about Alistair's horror podcast. It's called EATI, which stands for Experimental Alien Technology Institution. This is a found footage audio drama. Each episode is a standalone tape from a secret organization's case files. They investigate things that they simply can't explain. What you're hearing is a first-person recording of a mystery that defies both logic and reality itself. If you love cosmic horror and the terrifying ambiguity of H.P. Lovecraft and the sheer raw terror of the found footage genre, then EATI is your next obsession. It's built for headphone listening to deliver a truly immersive, handheld experience. Every episode is a unique nightmare that will make you question what's real and what's lurking just beyond your sight. You can listen right now on Spotify, iTunes, Rumble, Buzzsprout, and all major platforms. I'm going to drop this link really quick. We'll get back into the news here. What's up, Tony Bridge? Happy freedom to you. Master Dork. I hate flying, afraid to fall out of the sky. I'd rather stay on the ground. That's how I feel too. I think road trips are much better than flying on a plane. But sometimes you got to work. Sometimes you got places to be. Time is everything. So I totally understand that. But man, I love road trips way more than being scared in a plane. Either way, getting into this, let's get this pulled up real quick. Talking about this nasty murder rapist that's free right now, roaming around Florida probably prowling for their next victim. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Listen to this. Prosecutors filing a motion for a pretrial detention, attempting to put that guy, Jacoby Vontrell Tillman, accused of trying to rape a woman on a Florida trail. Prosecutors want to put him back in custody.
Yeah, despite having a criminal history, he was released on just $9,500 bond, less than 48 hours after being arrested. He is expected to appear in court today.
Here with us now is Florida Senator Ashley Moody. Senator Moody, why? Why was this bail so low, especially in a tough-on-crime state like Florida? Something doesn't add up here.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't add up. I can tell you the sheriff of that county is incensed. The people of that county cannot believe a judge would let a person like this out. Look, bond and detention decisions are generally based on two things. Is this person a danger to the community? Can we guarantee they're not going to hurt other people? And can we guarantee they'll show back up in court? You're generally looking at those two things. I can tell you, as a former prosecutor and judge myself, those are the things that it boils down to. And if you have a person like this who is accused of sexual battery, harming someone. I mean, the details of this case are incredible. Grabbed a woman, she was jogging, allegedly assaulted her. He's been in prison, and when they were looking for him, his mother was arranging for him to fly out of the state and get out of Dodge. This is the example of a person that should be locked up and not a danger to the community. So I think you have a lot of people scratching their heads, and they're going to have a lot of answering to do. Certainly the judge that made this decision is going to be highly scrutinized now.
Senator, what he said was, I didn't rape the lady. Instead, I was trying to kill the lady. And when asked why, he said he wanted to know what it was like to choke someone out.
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
This is sick. And the fact
and
that
the real question
Yes.
is, why did the judge, you have a prosecutor now, and by the way, this is one of the prosecutors that Governor DeSantis had removed from office and is back in office now. The question is, were they insistent at that hearing and giving the judge all of the facts of this case, not only the criminal background, but all of those unique facts, exactly what you're talking about? I know that they've come in now and said that they're going to ask for this to be reconsidered. They'd file additional charges, but you've got to have all of that information presented to the judge at that time. And if the judge knew that and she let this guy out, that is unacceptable and certainly can't happen in a law and order state like Florida.
Meanwhile, Senator, from Florida to Washington, the government shutdown is still ongoing, and President Trump is expected to host a lunch.
Okay, so we've already talked about the rest of the stuff that they're about to get into. Either way, crazy story, and it's surprising that it's happening in Florida, because Florida kind of nails things down. They're usually cleaning stuff up. It's surprising that they're letting monsters out in the street. They're saying that this criminal is a rape and murder suspect. He's been charged with attempted first-degree murder, attempted sexual battery, battery by strangulation, battery from a prior case. He's out on bond right now for $9,500 that somehow he paid. He grabbed a woman that was jogging and then assaulted her. Before he was arrested, his mom was setting everything up for him to fly out of the state in order to flee. He said he wasn't trying to rape the woman, that he was trying to kill her because he wanted to know what it was like to choke someone out. So I don't know if they're trying to go for an insanity plea or something, because, why would somebody say something so obnoxious? But he admitted to it, which means that court's going to go pretty quickly unless he calls for a trial. And like I said, maybe this is all intentions for him to say, oh, I'm a drug addict, or I got mental illness, and puts in an insanity plea. And like stories we've covered in the past, he'll probably get lesser time. They'll probably give him some treatment plan of some sort, and he'll be out in no time to go back to raping and murdering, which is lovely. Surprised that Florida let him loose. Either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news. It is lefties losing it. Today it's titled, Crazed White Liberal Karens of America Are Always So Triggered. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about this raping murderer who is out on bond right now in Florida. Oh, you're awesome, Larry. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate you, Larry. Thank you. Turbo, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge your wife. That's what they say. That's what they say. You guys are cracking me up in the chat. 0. Indiana judge let a dude out on little bond after his 100th arrest, 100 times arrested and released. Yeah, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. I don't understand it, because anytime I was in trouble, like back when I was 17, they were treating me like that was it. They were like, we see you again, you'll never leave jail. I'm like, what? And like, it was probably scare tactics or whatever, but even like the judges and stuff, they'd be like, you know you're facing 25 years? I'm like, I guess. It's like, how long is this going to take? I got to go back to school. Like, that's how it was. I was in high school, but I was like always facing prison time. And it's like, they wanted to get me so bad. And thankfully they didn't, and I pulled my head out of my ass and stopped getting in trouble all the time. But it seemed, every time I went, it seemed like it was going to be the last time I was going to breathe fresh air. And then now I'm a grown-ass man. I'm covering all these stories about how criminals are just, it's just a lifestyle. They just get let out of jail. They don't give a shit about anything. Everybody knows they're corrupt and crooked and should be locked away, and then they just get cashless bond. I was paying hundreds of dollars to get out. Just stupid. I don't know. Life's hard. Life's hard. The thing is, though, the reality of the situation, other than the victims, is these people will never learn to be better people because they're not being locked up. Not everybody gets locked up, becomes a better person. But if you're not being held accountable, you absolutely will not become a better person. And that's the real consequence of all of this. If we're not going to treat criminals like criminals, we're not going to rehabilitate any of these criminals. I know everybody just rolled their eyes because most criminals do not get rehabilitated. But letting them out of jail for free or not sending them to jail at all is not fixing the problem. And I think all of us know that. Man, I'm nobody's punching bag. I fight back. Yeah, I am that way too. I am that way too. Don't hit me unless you want to get hit back. Kirsten, how the hell does a guy like that who says this shit get out? Let's see. Disgusting. The judge needs to be disbarred and charged. Yeah. Well, see, and that's what I was just saying a little bit ago. A hooligan said, let me see. If I could find, I can't even find it now. Somebody was saying, if a judge lets a criminal out, is that like a terroristic threat? Because you're allowing the criminal to come out and, continue to do more damage. I can't figure out who said that stuff. But either way, this is a good example of that. They know this person's a monster. He said he wasn't trying to rape her. He wasn't trying to rape her. He was trying to kill her. Come on, man. Don't call me a rapist. I'm a murderer. Like, what? What? And then the judges let him out. Colty, for real, I get pulled over for not having my headlights on during a sunset and go to jail, and they don't let me out. How are these fuckers getting out? Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. And Florida is pretty straight, like we cover lots of stories in Florida where they're catching the bad guys and they're locking them away. They're not just cutting them loose. So this is a really weird story. Rappy, what's wrong with these judges? It's got to be money. It's the only thing I could think of. This has got to be the money. Somebody's paying them to let them go. Where the show flight risk plus danger to society should be grounds to remove judge. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I was just saying, if we're not holding people accountable, they're not going to become better people. That includes judges. Absolutely. Just like in Capitol Hill. If they're doing bad stuff and everybody knows they're doing bad stuff, how come nobody's doing to fix that? Like when President Trump comes out there and he goes, yeah, these are Soros-funded individuals. I'm glad all of us know that Soros is funding the bad stuff in the country. How come nobody's stopping that? And it's like yesterday we were covering Pete Hegseth. He's like, we're going to treat terrorists like Al-Qaeda, which are terrorists. Oh, we're going to treat terrorists like terrorists? Good. I'm excited to see that. Tired of people being called terrorists and getting special treatment and soft-handed treatment. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, accountability, we need it bad. Pumpkin, how's the spider bite? So the spider bite is healing, but it's taking a long time. There's 2 big red spots that are like more on the inside of my leg, but everything on the back of my leg is starting to heal now. So I've been just sitting here with a heat compress for the last 3 days, and I'm sitting here working on the website and stuff, and I got my leg propped up on this bench with a heating pad on it, and I think it's helping. I think the spider bite is healing. Thanks for asking. It's a plastic whack. Happy freedom to you. I think I rattled everybody with my rant today. I was trying so hard not to do that. Where the show is the judge got a boat? They might. The illegals are using it right now. Zero, Soros judges, Soros DAs, yeah. What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. Better late than never. That's right. What's up, Ghostly Nose? Happy Freedom. We're about to change topics in just a second here. Tucson, happy freedom to you. The guy that beat me up a few years ago was supposed to get a minimum of 3 years. The judge didn't give him anything. Yeah, see, that stuff doesn't make sense. I was assaulted by a woman on camera. She had me in a headlock and had a coffee cup and was like slamming it right into my face. And there was like kids screaming and shit in the background in the video. And then she had fled. And I called the police and all of that and told the whole story. Whole thing was on camera. The entire thing was on camera. My mouth had blood in it. My teeth were all covered in blood. I had scratches all on my face and my neck. Police took pictures of that. We went into court. Officer comes in and goes, "We've lost all the evidence." The prosecuting attorney flags me over and he's like, "Hey, the officers just told me they don't have any evidence." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "They don't have any evidence. All the pictures they took, they're gone. The video you sent them, they're gone. Your statement, it's gone. So we're not going to be able to charge her." And I said, "Well, that's bullshit. I got this on my phone. Let me text this to you." And they said, "Okay, if you want to." So I did. I texted them all the information. Same statement, same video. The only thing I didn't have is the pictures of my face because the cops took the photos and then lost them, I guess. So after all of that, I'm being assaulted and face is fucked up. They gave her jostling. She did 10 hours in jail, which was her turning herself in, and then 10 hours later getting bonded out for $100 or something like that, and they gave her jostling, which is not even like a criminal offense. It's civil. It's like a civil thing. So like if you go to Black Friday, you guys are fighting over TVs, and you're like nudging the guy next to you and shit, that's jostling. That's what they gave her for putting me in a headlock and hitting me in the face with a coffee mug on fucking camera in front of children, little children, screaming, "Mom, stop it." So I know it's like I should get injustice tattooed across my fucking chest because that's the way my luck works. What's up, John? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jennifer? Happy freedom to you. Turbo, they lost him. That's what real privilege looks like. Absolutely. 10 Man, do you have a strong immune system? I do, unless the spiders bite me. I don't know. Honestly, I think my spider bite is a show of my strong immune system because I should have a gaping hole in my leg, and I don't. And that's what the doctors think is weird, is they do think it's a brown recluse bite. They just don't understand why my flesh isn't rotting away. Zero, yeah, had to have. All right, hooligans, let's get back into the news. Like I said, we got lefties losing it. Today it's titled, "Crazed White Liberal Karens of America." They're always triggered. Now, I don't think we have Rita again. I don't know if Rita's like moving on to bigger and better things. Yesterday we had Rita, but we had 2 days without Rita before then. You can tell by this woman's smile. She knows got some. And then today we got this woman instead of Rita. So I don't know. But either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
And now it is time for lefties losing it, starting with the No Kings rally to oppose Donald Trump and the real low vibrational attendees. Here are Democrat Senators Cory Booker and Adam Schiff giving it a go, trying to amp up the crowds.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks
Woo!
like.
Yeah, I actually saw more enthusiasm from Joe Biden when he was walking around in circles than the enthusiasm from that crowd. So what exactly is their objection to Donald Trump? I'll let them explain.
Trump's a bitch.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. He's just, we don't like him. That's the word around here.
Any particular reason why you don't like him?
No clue at all. I'm just going with everybody else saying.
No, he doesn't know. I'm not sure. I don't understand either. Maybe this woman can explain.
Couldn't even protest like that if we had a king, so it's kind of a moot point.
I'm going to try to break this down for you in words that you will understand. No have king. No have king. Good. Good. Have president. President not good. President acting like king. Bad. President consolidating power. President not representing the people. We march.
Wow, that really made sense, didn't it? Okay, one more time. Maybe this woman can help us.
What has President Trump done to make him a monarch?
He started to take control and do illegal things and that are not within his power. So that's pretty much what makes a person a monarch. They take complete control even though they shouldn't have it.
Prostitute. He was elected. Does she know that? Who's going to tell her? Now to serial TDS-afflicted Robert De Niro and his latest deranged outburst.
He's an alien, and he wants to hurt this country. It's something deep.
But he's not an illegal alien.
He wants to hurt people. He wants to hurt this country. He doesn't care. And what saddens me the most, upsets me the most, is that people follow him.
Good one, Robert. The world really appreciates your eagle-eyed political commentary. And look, it seems as though old Rob was on a dumb and deluded roll while appearing on his preferred channel, MSNBC. No one was spared, not even Donald Trump's senior advisor, Stephen Miller.
He will not. We see it all the time. He will not want to leave. He set it up with his. I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet. Stephen Miller. He's a Nazi. Yes, he is, and he's Jewish, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, what is it about the tolerant left and their violent rhetoric? And while we're on the topic of Hollywood has-beens, Kathy Griffin is at it again.
I'm just going to say this, and you can put my tinfoil hat on. Are you ready?
I love it, please.
I, Kathy Griffin, do not think that Donald won in a free and fair election.
Ooh. It's a hot take. I've seen that hot take.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree.
You're going to laugh at the way she says, "Are you ready?" As if it's the first time she's said this, as if it's the first time she's claimed that the 2024 election was rigged. I mean, we've heard about it about 1,000 times, but she's got the old tinfoil hat on. Now to the dumbest press secretary in history, Karen Jean-Pierre. Remember her? The woman who, along with everyone else, covered up Joe Biden's mental decline? Well, sadly, she's back on TV and back doing what she does best, covering up Joe Biden's mental decline.
When we talk about the mental acuity, and again, I take this very, very seriously. Yeah. I never saw anyone who wasn't there. I saw someone who was always engaged.
Can you believe it? She's still covering for him. The gaslighting is unbelievable. She saw nothing. She saw none of this.
If it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, I don't know.
Now, speaking of falling over, why do the left just fall over themselves?
They had ICE agents break into their home in the middle of the night, take them to the holding in Miami. We didn't know where they had gone.
If you could give me some details about this, I would love to bring attention to that.
No, I'm not going to bring attention to them.
Do you know their names?
Hi, they're dear friends of ours,
okay.
And we're not.
I would love to help your friends if they've been wrongfully detained in any way and they're not being even given human decency down in Alligator Alcatraz. I would love to help them.
They weren't down there.
Okay.
This is 10 years ago.
Oh, this was 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay, so where are they now? So that has nothing to do with what Trump is doing.
Well, no, it was less than 10 years.
Whoops. And now to one of my favourite segments, the crazed white liberal Karens of America, starting with this lunatic who just wants to leave.
When does it end? Bro, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. Like, it has to stop. It has to stop soon. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, get me out of here. Oh my freaking God. Ah! Oh my God.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, delightful. And there's just no reasoning with them, is there?
You don't believe science and abuse women.
Men can't control their emotions?
Yes, and abuse women.
You seem like you can't control their emotions.
Excuse me, I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm loud. That's not emotional. That's called being persistent
angry
and passionate. And all the football coaches who yell at their little boys and say that's not emotional. That's a man.
I want to say I'm
Your
pro-life.
testosterone is what makes you illogical and emotional.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I've got to give it to these Karens. They're always so triggered.
You get triggered because it has Charlie on there, right?
Because he was a racist, because he was a misogynist, and that means that you are too, because you support him. Get out! Get out of here!
He hated people. Yeah, just he hated anyone that wasn't white, that wasn't male, that wasn't straight.
Joining me now is Sky News contributor Kosha Garda. Kosha, nice to
Okay. Lefties losing their marbles there. Your testosterone makes you overly emotional and out of control. Yeah? You look really in control right now. It's so funny. Either way, that is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Donnie, and it's titled, Funny How That Works. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, It's a Funny Thing. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. 10 man, the chick's name is Caitlin, and she's good. Yeah, I follow her on X. She is awesome. Snooks, when I get really mad, I get even quieter with my voice. I am the opposite. I bark. I bark loudly, and then if my voice cracks while I'm like mid-sentence of screaming, then I scream even harder. I will like just throw up blood in anger. I used to get real mad when I was younger, so I don't now, but when I do get mad, it's boom. It's explosive. Generally, I don't get mad at anything but the fucking computer. Damn internet. Here, J6er, I'm going to eat something very hot to get this crap off my tongue. Why do you got crap on your tongue here, J6er? What are you doing? Lit review, liberals have to yell because no one ever listens to no one listens, even their own side be like, sorry, I was distracted by unicorns and rainbows. Yeah, for real. Well, that's what, like, Cardi B, she makes music for people that think screaming wins the argument, you know, and I've heard that and I've never let that go because that's real stuff. That's real stuff. Cardi B makes music for people who think screaming wins the argument. The loudest, being the loudest in the room means you win. And that stuff is so true. You see these ignorant people, you're like proving them wrong. They're like, but wait, no, hold on a second, wait. You know, like they want to talk over you. I might have to close the slider. The sky is raining. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. We need fun stuff after the crazies. I know, we do. We Are the Show. I only ever get mad at me anymore. That's how I feel too. Totally care. When I get mad, I got tard strong. Got that tard strength. I had a buddy like that. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom. Hotters. Here, J6er was licking Trump's left hand. Because he said he had shit on his tongue. That is so funny. It's so funny. That's what they all do to me in the voice chat. Because I'm always saying that's funny. So now they all mock me. It's good stuff. You guys should get a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. You can come bully me in the voice chat. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom. Tory Wayne just loud and dumb. Yeah, the lefties be like that. We Are the Show 10 years ago. Damn, he's good. I don't know. Had him rattled. Tory Wayne, the crazies are fun. Kinda. Reality is kind of intense. They're entertaining, but you couldn't rely on these lefties for anything other than entertainment. Meta, they are unwell. Absolutely. That's the nicest way to put it. These guys are unwell. What's up, guess happy freedom. Pretty sure I'm writing everybody up. Might as well. Might as well. When I get mad, funerals follow. Well, that's because you're from Texas. Corey Luca, yeah. Yep, that's not too far from me. It's cold and rainy right now. Snook's funny. I know. They all do it to me. Tin Man, so funny. When I get off the voice chat, that's what I always do. I'm like wandering through the house. I'm like, it's so funny. Because they're always roasting me. Troy Wayne. Wish they didn't exist, but they do. So might as well be entertained. Yeah, absolutely. Here, Juicer. 2 bitches assaulted me over a hat. Yeah. It's not right here, Juicer. Equal rights, equal lefts. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we got the fun stuff coming up. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send me something in the mail, and we even have crypto. Now, I've been dropping these links. I don't know if you guys are getting use out of it or not. Kind of testing things here. So I'm going to drop you this link really quick because maybe that's easier than digging around in the video description. Plus, I want to make sure everything's up to date. But we're getting into the fun stuff here. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy Freedom. All right, hooligans, there is the link. Like I said, let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. I'm excited because we've had a couple blank spots in the Advent Calendar here because the figures have fallen down, like fallen out of the grid and down to the bottom of the box here. So as we move forward, we're going to start opening doublies and maybe even triplies. We'll see. You see here. Oh, actually, yeah, we just got a doubly. Let me see. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know who this is. You guys are going to have to help me figure this one out. Okay. Okay. So we got doublies today. Now this first one, I think you guys are going to know. That's Jack Skeleton. He's got the cape on and everything. Styling. He is styling. Now my camera never focuses because that would help me out. And, you know, we can't have that. But Jack Skeleton, that is definitely a winner there, but you guys got to help me figure this out. Who do you think this is? Now, he's not holding anything in his hand. His hand's out. He kind of looks like he's making a gesture, but I'm not really sure what he's doing here. His other hand is closed and held up to his chest, but again, he's not holding anything. He's got green hair. He has no eyebrows. I was thinking maybe the Joker. What are you guys saying? Joker? Yes. Okay. A lot of you saying Joker. Tool to carry Monster Mash. That's what the whole deal is. Everybody's saying Joker. It might be. Let me scan it really quick. That don't take too long. I'm sure you guys want to know just like I do. So let's figure it out. Come on, camera. Focus on him. There we go. Focus. Do. Oh no, you guys almost saw all the wiener pics. Okay, let's see here. Google Lens. Simon Says. What the fuck? I think it is the Joker. I think you guys are right. Yep. Everybody's saying it's the Joker. So there she is. He's the Joker. Now, I don't know why they didn't give him no eyebrows. I'm pretty sure the Joker had eyebrows. But that's okay. Got Jack Skeleton and the Joker today. Thank you so much, Cass. Really appreciate it. This has been a really fun Advent Calendar. Let's get into these funny videos here. Now, this first one's more honesty than it is a funny video. But this is provided by Donnie, and it's titled, Funny How That Works.
Food stamps program is administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They proudly report that they distribute free meals and food stamps to 46 million people on an annual basis. Meanwhile, the National Park Service, ran by the U.S. Department of Interior, ask us to please do not feed the animals when we visit the parks. Their stated reason for this policy is being that the animals will grow accustomed and dependent on the handouts, and they will never learn to take care of themselves.
It's funny how that works. Getting into our official funny video of the day here. Let's get this pulled up. This one was provided by Stoner. You guys need to go drop your funny videos either over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com, because Donnie and Stoner, as well as Simply Witchy, they need some competition here. You guys just got them flooding these two pathways. Like I said, they need some competition. This was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, It's a Funny Thing.
Charge of crowd last night should lose their job. And wait a minute. No. You can't ask me a question.
Because you can't answer the question.
Oh, you can't ask me a question, honey. I can't answer, so don't even try.
What attracted the father of the Orlando terrorist to your candidate?
He's a mentally ill individual who ran for president.
I get it.
Pardon me?
What attracted him to your candidate? And your answer was he's mentally ill.
His answer stop smiling and smirking like it's a funny thing.
It is a funny thing. She didn't like that. That's all right. That is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this link list really quick if I could type. We're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and of course we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. This is so funny. That lady's just stunned. Don't look at me smirking while you prove me wrong and insane. I can't help it. I got to just smirk at you while I'm proving you wrong and insane. Here is the link list where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards, 2 of them, to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley. Hooligans Alley is our private social media area. You have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Oh, awesome, Zero. I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping track. We're going to see who we're raiding today. Colty Handy News is live. I think we rated Handy yesterday. Totally Care Deflection. That's what they do. We are the show. Caroline Levitt dropping your mom at the Huffington Post Journal made me feel represented. Yes, good stuff. Pumpkin, but it is funny. That's right. Dud, my man was dropping those hate facts. Yeah. We are the show. Toss it in the Gitmo. Yep. Cleanse it with fire. That always works. Here, Jesus with poop on a stick. No. Grab the poop knife. Yes. Poop knife for the win. Meta, life is not a dress rehearsal. Don't worry, be happy. That's right. Meta, what's wrong with toys? What's up, Contempt? Happy Freedom? Yep, you're right. I guess it is the Joker. They took a little bit of creative liberty with some of these guys. Like, we have 2 different Michael Myers. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it's time to raid out over on Rumble. Let's see who we're raiding today. Misfits live, Cat Dog's live, Toasty's live, Handy's live, Rotella's live. Well, let's see who's been live long time. Cat Dog just started 20 minutes ago. Rotella's been on. Rotella's only been on for 2 minutes. He must be just starting here. What is, let me see, what am I looking at? When's he gonna start? Well, I think we better do Cat Dog. Rotella's not quite live yet, but I don't know how long it takes him to start the live, and I don't want to dump in his chat. Raid in the chat if he's not going to be there to see it. So, I think we'll do Rotella tomorrow, and we'll do Cat Dog today. What the hell is this? I don't know what Cat Dog is playing. Oh my god, he's playing something crazy. Either way, don't forget, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's go raid the Cat Dog, you hooligans.
No, you just punted me, bro! You punted me across the fucking map!
You got host advantage, fuck you.
Host advantage is crazy. I'm going with my head, chat. We're winning with the head.
Bro, how am I still alive down here?
Sped up, bro.
No, it's not, bro. Shut up. It's not sped up. The only thing sped up is you, bro.
Fuck!
How is sheep all the way up there?
I appreciate the raid, Jeff. Much love, man. I appreciate the hooligans coming out, bro. We're playing with the gang tonight. Be sure to check them out in the description box.
Dude, I'm a fucking pro, bro. You gotta realize, I was playing this shit on X Games mode, bro.
Nah, bro, you're not that good, bro. You're not that good, bro.
First place, bitches. Where you at? I don't even see y'all. Actually, yeah.
Oh, let's go. Second. I'll take second.
Immediately.
I'll take second.
I was playing this shit on fucking expert times 2.
Bro.
What the fuck is your character, Fogs?
Bro, this shit's yeeting me.
I appreciate you guys, man. So much love. Thank you guys for coming in and spreading the love.
Really
smashing the like. Be sure to check out my friends in the description box. I appreciate you guys, man. We're having fun on this.
I believe in you.
Pogs, are you still doing a $50 Steam card for the first place winner?
The winner gets a $50 Steam
At least I made it
card.
through.
Truck with the 5 gifted.
Let's go.
Already off the fucking bat.
They look like they're having a lot of fun over there. Fantastic raid, you hooligans. They're over there gaming it up for a $50 Steam card. That's badass. Maybe we'll have to do something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right now we're doing our hot pepper thing until I can't handle it, and we'll find something new. Either way, you guys did fantastic. What a good raid. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Turbo, is that a turd? I don't know. What are you talking about? I missed it. I missed the turd. Oh, I didn't see it, Zero. Maybe we'll do... Well, I think we're going to do Rotella tomorrow, but maybe the day after we'll do Misfit. Turbo, Rotella is always fun. Yeah, Rotella's awesome. 10-man, good raid. And I agree. Done, that's an odd game. It is odd. It seems, you know, like most party games, like a Mario Party and stuff, but then the body hits the ground and blows into a million pieces. And it's like, it's a little bit more graphic than Mario Party, but it's very interesting. Thank you, Joel DeCarry. You're awesome. Appreciate you. Tori Wayne, weird game. Okay, I was not as weirded out by the game as you guys were. Let me see here. You hooligans are cracking me up. No worries. Let me see who's. No worries, Dutton. Links don't even live in the chat on Rumble. Like, you might see it on your end, but we can't see it in the chat. So no worries. Don't worry about consequences of those actions. Appreciate you being honest about it. Dutton seems like she had an advantage just as ahead. Oh, see, I wasn't paying close enough attention. Yeah, maybe they were cheating. They was over there cheating. That's what I say the whole time I'm playing the game. Every time I lose, it's because they were cheating. It wasn't my fault. They was cheating. Met a Cat Dog. Yeah, Cat Dog's awesome. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you so much for all the support, all the love, and hanging out, helping me cover the news, and help me make the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. Find yourself some good food. And, of course, have fun. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.